So I had food poisoning for the last couple of days, and I wanted to come back with a banger. I had a bunch of options for videos, but this is the one that I absolutely had to do, and I need all of you guys to see this. So when I tell you that like things are getting more insane as the days go on, like we're only what, like how many months into the current presidency? Like these people are getting more and more unhinged, and we actually have people like this who are dead serious, okay, organizing people to go out and bat on ICE agents and federal agents across the board. Okay, this is a person that has been exposed, literally organizing publicly people to go out and kill ICE agents, okay? If you think I'm exaggerating, I am not. And I would challenge you to sit tight through this video and actually see what this person is saying online, because it'll blow your mind. Oh, and by the way, in case you were trying to figure out what this is, you know, like, is that a girl? Is that a guy? Is that a whatever? Well, there's some ambiguity there, right? If we're going pure biology, that's a lady. If you're going off of, I don't know what else you would go off of. It's a person who has removed their breast tissue and got a nose ring and is now behaving in a way that I believe they think this is what a man does. And that includes becoming a terror organizer that organizes federal agents to be killed. Okay. So we got that to look at. And I'm telling you, you have to get to this part of the video. Okay. I know I do this sometimes, but it's like, am I ever wrong? If I say, trust me, wait for this segment of the video and you actually get there, am I ever wrong? Okay. Tell me in the comments if you think I am, because I will be very embarrassed. But also, okay, we got to look at this one. So here's a question. This is Hope Walz, okay, Tim Walz's daughter. Now, if you're wondering what she is doing on this video, you should be very curious, because it is another, shocking example of where this country is headed, with all the young people having their minds poisoned by psychopaths, okay? Now, we just had this whole thing happen in Minnesota with the shooter who had his wife had worked for Tim Walz, and he had gotten appointed to some, 4-year government workforce. So you would think that she would be concerned about, further political violence, because they had nothing to do with it, right? Like, when he said that your dad ordered those things, like, you had nothing to do with that, right? So let's just make sure that your priorities are straight and that you're not jumping on into any crazy ideas that you're going to spread around the internet, So we're going to go through that. And then we're also going to take a look at this story, which is another attack on ICE agents by someone. Don't let this headline fool you. We got another gender bender who literally tried to murder ICE agents. Okay, so this is continuing. All right, so we're going to tell you the details on that story as well. Now, first, I want to show you the sponsor of this video, and then we're going to get into all of those. Trust me, this is a sponsor you're going to want to hear about anyway. Now, let's thank the sponsor of this video, Ground News. Now, you probably saw the headline: a trans Antifa militant arrested after allegedly attacking a federal officer with a knife outside of the Portland ICE facility. Pretty wild, right? But depending on where you get your news, you might not have even heard about that story. And that's exactly why I use Ground News. It's an app that actually shows you how every story is being reported across the political spectrum. This one, 13 sources covered it, and 38% were in the center, and the rest of them were on the right. What does that leave? 0 on the left, not 1. How do I know about that? I know about that because of this box right there, the bias distribution bar. You can literally see how many left, center, and right-leaning sources are covering a topic, and for this one, pretty skewed. And my favorite feature, the blind spot feed. It shows you stories people on your side of the aisle are not seeing. That's actually how I found this one. I looked at the left-wing blind spot. Now, Ground News has made me way more aware of my media political bubble, and it gives me the full picture fast. And I've got a deal for you. 40% off their unlimited Vantage plan. Just $5 a month. Go to ground.news/Jesse. That's GROUND.news, NEWS/Jesse, JESSE. Or scan the QR code on screen. Trust me, if you care about the truth, this is going to be a real game changer. All right, so let's move over to Tim Walz's daughter.
A litmus test for me and my friends for like years now has been, if the guy we're talking to follows Joe Rogan on Instagram, they're a red flag and we should probably stop talking to them. And the times when they do follow him on Instagram and we haven't stopped talking to them, which was in the past, obviously, it's never ended well.
Yeah. Well, hey, how's it ended with all the guys that you have screened for that, since you're not married, idiot? Okay, none of them have ended well for you. That's why you're still talking about who you're dating, who you're not, so on, so forth, etc. I mean, like, let's be honest, sweetheart, okay? You're not married, so they've all ended bad. So your screening method doesn't tell you anything. And by the way, for the record, okay? For the record, what's the right way to put this? Don't overplay your hand, okay? if you have an interested party and everything else is kind of on par and they happen to follow Joe Rogan, I wouldn't take for granted that there's going to be a ton of suitors for you. You know what I mean? Like, you know, your dad's a governor and all that, but I mean like someone you'll actually like, you know. I'm going to stop talking. This is mean. All right, let's just go ahead and let her finish, dude, because this makes perfect sense.
So yeah, I just want to say that I stand by that.
Why do they talk like that? Do you know what I mean? Like, well, like, why do they talk like that? Okay. Actually, I'll let her finish and then we'll go through it again because there's something about their inflection that is so consistent and it's so consistently annoying. Like, no one cool talks like this. Like, no one cool talks like you.
It's literally never failed us. And at this point, it's like the first thing we do when someone starts talking to a new person. If they follow him, we're like, yeah, this person probably isn't a great person and probably our values don't align. So
yeah, this person's like probably not a good person. And like, that's like the first thing that we do because like, it guy's like a red flag. And like, why do you talk like that? Okay. Why do you talk? Hey, first red flag for me is a bitch that talks like that, dude. Okay. Shut your stupid face. You sound obnoxious. You sound like you are literally standing on a table talking down to a bunch of lemmings. Okay, you're not a smart person. You're not an experienced person. You have no idea what you're talking about. You're not married. Who the fuck are you to give advice to anybody, dude? Okay? You want to know who can give people advice on marriage? Me. Okay? Me. Been married to the same person for 16 and a half years, right? Have 3 kids together. Love my wife still. Okay? Still act like we're dating. Okay, you want to know what to look for? You ask me. You don't ask some fucking idiot who's like 12 years old. Okay, Jesus, these people, I can't. But tell us more. Give us more wisdom, sweetheart.
We're gonna move on from that. And honestly, it's worked out well for all of us. Like obviously, there's been some heartbreak in there because of it, or at least some disappointment. But it truly is a litmus test. And I got you, ladies. You should start doing it. But yeah, I very much stand by that. He's questionable and unprofessional in my opinion. Oops. I don't know how you have the largest podcast in the world and are able to just lie. And
lie about what? Lie about what? Lie about what? You know? Hey, I heard a weird story about your dad and one of his students. Did you ever ask him about that? You know, that story about the student that he took to the concert and put his hand up the back of his shirt and then said, you know, maybe we could go somewhere after this. And they got drinks. It went viral. I have no idea if it's true, but listen, okay? As again, a person with a lot more wisdom than you, I look at your dad and I go, it's possible. It's possible. Not impossible, okay? I could look at you and tell you a lot of things that are impossible about you, though, dude. That's a fact.
Put out misinformation and straight up lies on your platform.
Oh, but I'm sure she's watched a lot of those and then fact check them, right? Hey, as opposed to being fucking mainlined, the big corporation response to anything that's on there. She's all, look at this. It's right there. It's in the New York Times. What Joe Rogan said was a lie. It's like, Joe Rogan doesn't make a whole lot of statements, like, in general. Well, I wouldn't know. I don't watch it. And that's the point. Dummy, okay? You are the walking example of why they do that. Because they've actually convinced you that anyone who follows Joe Rogan is a bad person. Which what? Discourages people from watching. Because maybe what he's showing is actually completely true. And it's things they don't want you to know. You fucking moron, okay? I'm failing with the swearing today. I don't care. You are an idiot, girl. You are an inexperienced imbecile. You do not give an example of some big, you know, conspiracy that he said that ended up not being true, that he said was a fact, or that someone on his show said was a fact that he didn't challenge him on. I'll wait. Dude. Exactly. Shut the fuck up, girl. Jesus.
What looks like barbed wire in her nose and a bunch of crap tattoos. But she's been on her TikTok. I really don't know. This person has been on their TikTok for a while now, saying a whole bunch of heinous stuff. And most of it is just threats. Why don't we start with this one?
You can just kill ICE agents. You know that? You can just kill them. You don't have to hold your phone in their face and ask people when their birthday is and ask people what their name is and then try to find wherever they end up in Los Angeles. You can.
Oh, by the way, I could solve that riddle, by the way. That's a lady who got her boobs cut off, I think, and has been taking testosterone for 5 minutes. And you know, is now a militant. And when she talks to her friends, I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. I've got the need for speed, man. I need to kill. I want to kill ICE agents. You're like, bro, you're like one of these teenagers who takes like one shot of juice and then pretends to go on a roid rage. You guys ever have any friends like that? You know, you have any friends like that? I remember the very first time that I ever saw a dude take a shot of juice. It was he was 20 years old and I was in a fraternity. He literally took one shot, his very first injection ever of juice. And then that night he was at the fraternity house tearing apart pillows, wasted, pretending like he was having a roid rage, okay? And I was like, this dude is a moron, okay? This is a moron. That's this person, except they're going to go to jail for what they're talking about, so.
Can kill them. This isn't about social media clout anymore. This isn't about video. This isn't about the phone. This is about get a gun and start killing ICE agents. They are deputized corrections officers. Kill them.
Perfect. Okay.
What, dude? Oh, man. Hey, since you want to be a man, let me talk to you like a man. Hey, guy. Okay? Hey, dude. Hey, brother. Hey, big man with your big penis that doesn't exist. Okay? Here, guy, let me explain something to you. If you say, go get a gun and start killing federal agents, all right, and you make it onto Heavy Duty Country's channel, probably via Libs of TikTok, you're going to get arrested, okay? Like, there's no question. You're going to get arrested for sure. If they haven't already been arrested, you're going to get arrested, okay? That's how unhinged these fucking lunatics are. God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm trying, you guys. Or at least I'm apologizing when I, you know, slip up. But, I mean, what do you even say about that, dude? You know what I mean? It's like, it's honestly, like I'm telling you, I used to have this, like, this visceral reaction to these people where I'm like, you want to kill the cops, dude? You want to kill the cops? But the thing is that they are ineffectual crybaby online fake tough guys, you know? So I already know, like, they're not going to kill any ICE agents, okay? You guys are not going to kill ICE agents. And if you do, the ICE agents are going to kill you, right? Do you know a lot of people that are willing to die for this? Like, you know, the 1 second, their sole goal in life is to hit 100,000 subscribers or followers on TikTok. And the next day they're like, you know what? I'm giving it all up. I don't care about my followers anymore. I just want to take out one ICE agent. Moron. Okay. All you did with that little speech is set yourself up for prison. Now let's see this next one too. Honestly, I don't remember because it was literally 3 days ago when I was like, oh, I got to do this video. And then I got sick. So watch this.
I'm not allowed to say anything on here. You can't even be funny in the comments. You can't even be funny in a video. Every time I fucking type anything, it's just, here's a little thing you gotta click to appeal. Every single fucking time. Every time you sneeze, every time you breathe, every time you fucking fart, you gotta appeal it. You're cooked, TikTok. You're cooked. We can actually say words on Instagram.
Oh, is that right? Hey, oh, really? Oh, is that right? Instagram, the free speech mecca that these lunatics have been waiting for, dude. Oh my God. Why haven't I been on Instagram this whole time? I didn't realize, you know, I could say whatever I want on Instagram. Like, I could say, go kill ICE agents like this person. And on Instagram, that would have been fine, dude. That would have been totally fine. Hey, but the problem is that I can't say really nasty things in the comments on TikTok. Definitely, listen, hey, I've never gotten a warning on Instagram where I literally was being sarcastic, calling one of my friends a moron, right? Like, literally going like, hey, moron, yada, 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 yada. And then it's like, are you sure you want to post this, Jesse on Fire? Are you sure? I'm like, I mean, I guess not. Like, you know, I guess I'm not sure because you spooked me out of it. Instagram, dude. Hey, you're cooked, TikTok. Instagram is where we can be ourselves. Shut up, weirdo.
Are some of those words slurs? Yeah. Is that okay? Yeah. Because that's what the fuck free speech is, bitch.
So clearly this person is mentally insane or something around there.
Out there because people are driving crazy on this is inappropriate, but I'm just throwing it out there because people are driving crazy on these roads today. No one can kill me, all right, until I find a gay Arab man who also likes. You can't kill me until I find my man.
But I just have.
Okay, well, I guess we solved that. I guess we solved that mystery. In that person's mind, they are a man with a vajayjay. you know? It's almost as if this is a crazy person who's doing the best thing. Like, this is the Dylan Mulvaney of men, okay? Like, in all seriousness, I can't believe I missed it, dude. All right? That's exactly what this person is, okay? This is the diametric opposite of Dylan Mulvaney. Dylan Mulvaney was a dude who then did, like, what he thinks a girl is. Okay, this is Dylan Mulvaney, which was a girl and is now doing like man face or something. This is the weirdest. Like, seriously, when you watch this, tell me I'm wrong about that, okay? Because I'm going to take this clip right here and put it at the beginning because it's just so, well, no, I'm not actually. There's going to be way better stuff related to this video, but I am exactly right about that. That is exactly what this thing is, this thing, okay? Or woman. You have a vajayjay, dude. You just admitted it, so. Just saying. Let's go ahead and just close it out with this though, okay? Because hey, all the freedom fighters on your side, Tim Walz's daughter, okay? A Portland woman accused of throwing knife at federal officers outside ICE building. So the inverse of the person that we just looked at. So now wait, it's a Portland woman. It's like, is it a woman? It's like, I don't know. Does it have a penis? It's like, well, I think it does have a penis. You're all so it's a man then. Well, obviously having a vajayjay doesn't make that a woman, as we just established. Like, that's a man. Oh, that's a man? Yes, it's a man. Listen to how he's talking. He's talking about, putting down ICE agents. What's more manly than committing first-degree murder? You know what I mean? That's what being a man is. It's so ridiculous, dude. Federal officers arrested trans Antifa militant Julie Michaela Winters at 11:15 outside of the Portland ICE facility, charging her with attempted assault using a long curved knife. Let's just take a look at what this person looks like. Just scratch an itch. Let's just see if we can, see if we can find anything. Oh, okay. This is, my God, that is a lot more disturbing than I was anticipating. Look at, I'm serious. Can you see that? Can you guys actually see that? Like, my hair is absolutely standing on end looking at that face. That is, my God, that is like, I'm serious. Every hair that I have is literally sticking straight up looking at that. It makes me extraordinarily uncomfortable. But here's, just more. Here, I'm a psychotic person. Like, these are, I didn't realize. I don't know what it was about that face, so that just scrambled my brain. So weeks of anti-ICE protests outside Portland's facility have persisted for over 2 weeks, driven by opposition to federal immigration raids, yada, yada. Winters tried to ignite an incendiary device, wielding a foot-long curved knife, threw it at officers, and reached for a second blade. Winters faces felony attempted assault charges with up to 20 years in prison, as over 20 protesters have been arrested ongoing Portland. Okay, following her Thursday court appearance in Portland, Winters remains detained pending further proceedings amid ongoing protests outside the ICE facility. Okay. Like, man, these people are, I mean, I don't know. Hey, let's ask our homegirl. Hey, what do you think about if you look up someone in your dating's profile and they support Antifa? What do you think about that? She's all, not a red flag. It means that they hate white supremacy. You're all, oh, really? Is that what it means? Okay, because they've been standing outside of residential buildings that happen to be where the ICE facility is and just playing, like blaring, like feedback, microphone feedback into a noise, like, what do you call it? Oh my God, blowhorn. Day and night, harassing everyone. But someone who listens to Joe Rogan or follows Joe Rogan, what if they hate follow, or just they acknowledge that Joe Rogan exists on social media? That's a big red flag. You are one of the stupidest people on planet Earth. You'll learn that at some point, though, because what's going to end up happening is you're going to figure out that anyone who subscribes to the same ideology as you, like, oh, anyone who follows Joe Rogan, I won't talk to them, is sorry as fuck. And if you somehow get to an age where you start to soften up on that, and then you get married, and then your dude ends up listening to Joe Rogan, he's going to convert you just like that, okay? If he's like a person who's any form of, head of the household, right? I think actually in reality what'll happen is they'll get divorced because this chick is How old is she, dude? Hang on. Let me see. How Tim Walz daughter age. Let's see. Not okay. Where? Dude, where? Okay, how old is she? Hope and Gus. Okay, let's just do it like this. Hope Waltz age 24. Oh, give me all that wisdom at 24, dude. Give me all that wisdom. It's like, hey, is there anything I don't know, slightly self-serving about your recommendation that people don't listen to Rogan, since Rogan endorsed the politician that crushed your dad's stupid candidacy that had no chance of winning, and they literally threw him in there because they knew they couldn't win? They're all just fucking give him Waltz, dude. We need someone that we could just throw away after this because Trump is for sure gonna win. Anyway, yeah. So that's that. Okay, that, as they say, is that. I love you guys. So peace.